right, last little set. Hi guys. Hi 0 people. Anyway, we're just following up with our bicep workout today. I actually already finished the bulk of it. There's a lot of people working out in the weight room, so we're gonna just finish out with some dumbbell curls, some extensions, and if somebody happens to come in here, we'll migrate into our lounge and finish up over there. Just a little 15-minute pop-up Q&A. You can ask me questions about working out, lifting, veganism, pills, supplements, and the not taking of them, or the boycotting of such gluttonous systems. We're going to start off with just some of these little curls here. We'll finish off with these curls. I figured I'd do 3 sets of 15 to burn up a little bit. I went heavy. I went heavy in there for that period of time. To the point of failure. So let's do 3 sets. See if we can get 15 each. We're using some light weights. 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, little burn, 15. Nice way to finish it up. Oh, this is day 26 of our Plants and Weights campaign, showing you that you do not need anything from an animal. No meat, cheese, milk, eggs, seafood, or honey. You don't need pills, supplements, B12, vaccines, antibiotics. Guess what? This beautiful earthly realm provides everything. I'm pretty strong to be on none of that, right? I mean, you don't need any of it, guys. And I also run. I run 5, 10, miles at a time. I run frequently. I would even consider myself in the space of endurance athletes. What's up, Steven? What's going on, sir? We're finishing up some tries and some buys today. We're going for 15. Man, these are 3 sets of 15, or till failure, whichever comes first. And we're looking at failure right now. Well, nice to see you, Steven. Hopefully you've had a good weekend. Where we are, it ended up snowing like crazy. And we got a little bit of a blizzard. Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Let's see if I can adjust this just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I definitely warmed up the external rotators today. I've been stretching at night, trying to get my splits back. So I've been doing a bit of that. And a little bit of stretching in the morning too. Just a little bit. I like to stretch at night. Legs and such, just because we've had a good warm up during the day and they're not too cold. But that's cool. What are you working today, dude? Which buys, tries, back? Can you get 15? Chest and tries, get some pushers. Coupling the pushers, very cool. My left is markedly weaker. Especially when it comes to the tricep. My right's just pumping them out, my left just struggles McGee. All right, we're gonna pop right into some curls. Set of 15. Chest and tries, baby. That's cool. I'll be doing chest and tries on Wednesday. I'm sorry, chest and back on Wednesday. Anybody in the chat has any questions that you want to ask me? Vegan 13 years, no pills, no supplements, weightlifter, runner, and bodybuilder. You know, you don't have to be on supplements or steroids to consider yourself a bodybuilder. This is the commercial definition of. All right, we got 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're gonna crush. We're gonna call it right there. Oh. Hey, freestyling, how you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, we're here, we're snowed in, we're in the gym, we're doing some biceps and triceps. We're telling everybody in the chat, you can be vegan and be a weightlifter, be a bodybuilder, be a runner. The bare minimum that we can really do as compassionate human beings is vegan. It's the bare minimum. We at least can yield others their bodily autonomy by boycotting meat and cheese and milk and eggs and seafood and honey. And that's the base example. That is the standard. And then from there, we can all do our best, you know, to eat organic, local, not processed, raw, and everybody has a version of their best. But bare minimum, you know, we're all called to at least be vegan. And that's what we're trying to affect with this channel. We're trying to share with our human brothers and sisters that you don't need anything from an animal, and you can take your autonomy back, your sovereignty back, your compassion back. But I'm in the gym. Anybody has any questions for me on lifting, let me know. Also, don't forget to come to our Friday live streams. We have Saturday live streams. And now we're just doing some workout live streams here. All right, last set. Tricep extensions. 4. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, can you get the rest? Ain't gonna happen, but he's gonna try. All right. Let's pump these out on the left side. We're hitting the triceps, finishing the triceps even, with a nice burner, nice sayonara, bon voyage. Idea is to think of the triceps moving that way, not, you know, any other muscle, just your triceps, okay. And we feel a nice pump. So you don't need any kind of extraneous, exogenous physical entity to make you feel like you're working out. You get the pump, it happens because you're working out. You're yourself a sub, bro. That was 100% moving speech. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And thank you for subbing. And thank you anybody that wants to like and sub. Right now the channel is going through a bit of a halt. We have a lot of friction and kind of an energy exuded by, you know, current vegan tribes that is just net negative. You know, for some reason, somehow along the road, veganism got coupled with atheism, that got coupled with science, and then antinatalism. And all of a sudden, you want to talk about transcending that and moving beyond that. And all of a sudden, you find yourself, you know, called to be boycotted, called to be unsubbed, you know, amongst discourse groups, tribes, etc. Hi, Marcos, how you doing? Marcos in the house. But, you know, we're not going anywhere. So one thing you've noticed in history is that the truth just stands there, you know. It stood there with us as vegans in the room. You know, we realized that there was no reason to eat meat, cheese, milk, and eggs, and it was okay to leave the animals alone. And other truths will be just as stagnant. They won't go anywhere. Just as, we'll say, non-moving. Just as strong. You know? Marco, it's nice to see you. I I have that book on my queue, don't worry. I'm just going through a big book right now, and it's gonna take me probably a few months to finish it. But I definitely will look into that book that you pointed me to, so thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Marcos, for being such a relentless supporter always. All right, last set of curls. Ooh, yeah. Hey, maybe we'll move out to the lounge. Finish up in the lounge. Oh yeah, big pump, big pump, big pump. Sup, who is that? That's Dominion. Sup, Dominion. Okay, we got 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Squeeze and we're done. I'll be right back, guys. What's up, guys? All right, I'm back. Hit this lounge area. Finish up over here. Hope everyone's having a good day. We got snow outside. As you can see, it is a snowy day. Oh, that's cool, Dominion, that you run and swim. I'm looking at my pool right now for my complex, completely frozen over. Marcus says, I've made a big decision. I want to share it with you. I'll remain vegan, even if I'm the only one on earth. Yes, in solidarity. Me, and you, and Dominion, and Steven, all of us, Marcos, I think we all are in solidarity with that decision. So, I'll just wrap up here for a few minutes, guys. A little hangout, if you will, but I did buys and tries today. I feel like I always have been vegan so many decades. Yeah, and you know, I think, I don't know, it's like we all are vegan underneath, right? All of us, every single one of us. And we always have been. Just these like separatists and just bad actors out there amongst the plutocratic elite, kind of hail down through their messagings and just take everything from us, you know, in this embodied life. Oh, right on. Yeah, me too. Always loved animals. I could probably name all of my cats up through, you know, up through the years, up through the timeline, and my dogs. And it's like something that's inherent with us, you know. But I'll tell you, oof, a workout, feeling a nice bit of a pump. I think this was day 26 of the workouts, and we're feeling good. We've gained a few pounds of muscle. We've put a lot of weight on our lifts, and we've done it all without, you know, paying homage to commercial vehicles like the pills and supplement industries. Just eating fruits and veggies. I can't say I'm perfect. I might have had a few processed foods in there, but yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we all have like this affinity, you know? Even certain bugs are cute, you know, and they're like, wow, like ladybugs. How can you not like ladybugs? Ladybugs are cute, right? You know, I always used to have them. They would come into my ledge when I lived with my parents. They'd always be up on my ledge. I'd always just look after them and make sure they were okay. Sometimes they would get inside of my room, and I'd pick them up, put them on the windowsill, let them go back outside. Dragonflies are highly sentient. I bet. And they're beautiful too. A long time ago, I was vegetarian. I took the decision to stop eating anything from animals. I didn't know by the time the term veganism, I didn't know by that time the term veganism. I've learned it from a friend 14 years ago. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And it's really a testament to also how keen and clever the kind of anti-vegan establishments are built out. You know, Marcos, like vegetarian, look at it. Look at the language right there. Like language in general, also architected. You know, vegetarian, you would think, and one would think that they're not harming animals when they're vegetarian. But because of the build out, because of the keen and clever underneath it all, you know, you need to go further down the rabbit hole to see the meat, or I'm sorry, the cheese, the milk, the eggs, damages that are incurred to others. Oh, dairy's torture, isn't it? Even Gary Yourofsky, the legendary vegan activist, in his talk with Joey Carbstrom, I think I saw it was Thursday or Friday. I think Friday. He was vegetarian for the longest time. He didn't know. He thought he was being vegan. He went vegetarian right after that on-air radio show that he went on to condemn the circus. And then for X amount of time, he was vegetarian until someone said, you know about the damage done to animals in the cheese, milk, and egg industry, right? And guess what Gary said when he was addressed with that? Gary, the definition of authenticity, said, oh, and he changed right away. Unbelievable. If only we could adopt that same dynamic within the vegan movement right now when it comes to certain enterprise and commercial interests, and they're trying to take our sovereignty and our effectiveness as vegans from us. If only we could be so authentic. As long as a man continues to be ruthless destroyer of living beings, he will never know health and peace. Pythagoras, so true. Pythagoras, wise beyond wise. You know, wisdom transcends through the ancient traditions. Wisdom, you know, it's there if you look. It's underneath Pythagoras' time. It's underneath the Bible's time. Even before that, the ancient Tibetans, the wisdom is there. All we have to do is look. In 2026, you really want to find the truth, you got to look, and we are called to look, especially as vegans. Steven says, Dominion, nice. I was a drinker for about 25 years. It's a big step for me. Oh, right on. So you stopped drinking, Steven? That's so cool. Yeah, drinking doesn't serve us either. Nothing. Drinking just takes everything away from us. In fact, I watched a very on Will Tuttle's YouTube channel, he did a video about 5 years ago now on why you should never drink, period. Not wine, not nothing. I'll be candid with you. I had a beer myself 2 weeks ago. I went out to eat. You know, it's nothing. I have not full 86 that from my life. Maybe I will. I mean, there's really no point in it. But yeah, it takes everything too. And they're literally called spirits for a reason. You know, they turn you into something that you're not. They bring something out of you that you're not. I remember I was in a bar at one point, I don't know, a few years ago. And I was in there with a friend, and we were having a few drinks. And we had a few drinks, we'll just say that. And at one point, I in my mind's eye, in hindsight, in retrospect, I remember taking stock of the room and just looking at a panorama and just vibing with something that was off in the air, like something unnatural in the air. And I still feel to this day that it was some kind of, like, it's bad energy. We'll just leave it at that. The room was just filled with bad energy. To the surface level, it looked like everyone was having a great time, laughing, screaming, drinking, cheersing. But I mean, just really kind of vibing with the area. It was like a dark recollect on my end, or it still is a dark recollect. Like something was in that room, you know? Oh yeah, oh absolutely. It brings a lot out of the bag. Yeah, for what? Marco says, I went to school in Greece. They taught us about Pythagoras in mathematics, but they never taught us that he was a vegan. Right? Isn't that crazy, Marcos? Isn't that crazy? That's insane. Like, we don't learn. I mean, my kid's going to school right now. She's not learning about veganism. She's not learning about spirituality. She's not learning about like trying to see over like industrial lies. She's not learning about her true nature. She's not, you know, she's not. And that's by design. We are literally, you know, tailored, tinkered, curated to be exploited and then become the exploiters within this savage framework that is capitalism. Guys, I got to get ready to go. I'm heading off for some errands today. We'll do more hangouts like this. This is fun. It's nice seeing all my vegan truthers here. And I'm gonna go bundle up and get out there into that tundra out there. But haven't decided yet. I can actually walk to my workplace, Dominion. So I'm gonna take stock of the roads right quick. I have a few water jugs. I'm trying to go to the market to get some water filled up as well. And I kind of got to get that in before going to work. So I'm gonna take stock, see if I can drive. If I can, we're gonna go do that and probably swing back and then go back. But if it's not drivable, I'll probably save the water for later. We'll find out. I don't know. Yeah, it's actually a nice day, I think, for a walk too. It's kind of nice being out in the elements, with the elements, you know? Yeah. All right, guys, I will catch you later. And we definitely got Friday again. I think it's chapter 12 now we're up to. We'll be heading into chapter 12. And then Saturday we'll be back on the street. I am seeing some 7-degree, 10-degree presentings in the weather app. So, but that's okay. You know, we'll be there. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. All right, guys, everybody have a great day. Bye, everybody.